Have you ever wondered why don't they teach us about money and financial education in school? I mean, they teach you everything else in school, but they don't teach you about money. They don't teach you about how to build credit. They don't teach you about how to be an investor. They don't teach you about how to go about buying a house the proper way. They don't teach you any of those things. They simply teach you how to listen, how to behave, how to remember, how to think like everyone else, solve problems like everyone else, right? How to remember things so that you can pass a test, right? How not to network or collaborate with others because that's cheating, right? They teach you all of these things. Go to school, get good grades so you can go to college to get a what? Job. So there's your answer. If they taught you about money in school, you probably would be less likely to want to go and get a job. Does that make sense? Smash thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. So let's talk about it. So school is a system, in my opinion, where they build employees. It's a factory that's designed to build employees, to build workers. To do what? Go get one thing. A job. When was the last time you were in school and someone taught you how to be an entrepreneur, how to start a business, how to register an LLC, how to do sales, how to get a customer to book with you, right? If you're like me, the answer is never. You were taught how to play by the rules, how to think like everyone else, how to solve the problems the same, how to leave behind your creativity, God's gift to you, leave behind your talents and skills, and do what's best for the school system. And then what's best for the government. So what's best for the school system is you stay in school, your kids go to school, repeat the same cycle. What's best for the government is, what's best for the school system also is you go to college. These college tuition is through the roof. By the way, it's laughable to me when the government continues to come out and I told you, every election year they're going to throw some gifts and stuff out at you that they're never going to be able to pull off. This is just to get you emotionally involved so you can go and pull that lever and vote. And so they're back with the student loan debt forgiveness. And I keep telling you, from a business perspective, it makes no sense to cut your number 2 source of revenue. So if that's your number 2 source of revenue, and that is because taxes is number 1, number 2 is college tuition. If that's your number 1 or college student loan debt, that's a better word. If that's your number 2 source of income, why would you cut that? How are you going to replace that? There is no way. And so for them to throw that out there like they're going to forgive the debt, no, it's their debt. It's not even necessarily your debt. It's the government's debt. The government funded the debt, right? It's the government giving you money for school. That's why when the government started guaranteeing the loans would be paid, the school tuition went through the roof. That's a conversation for another day. But again, they're not going to forgive that debt. It's just not going to happen. I'll just tell you bluntly, if you hadn't figured it out by now, they're lying to you. No way they can do that without causing a real debt issue. And they already have a $35 trillion debt issue, so I don't think they want another. And so, again, if you guys, go to school, go to college, get the grades, you're going to end up with something because you've done everything the school wants you to do. Now, because the schools and the government, they're all in bed together. So now you leave college, you go and get a what? A job. How does that help the government? Taxes. Now the government's going to tax you, brag about employment, stuff like that, right? So they're going to tax your paycheck through the Current Tax Payment Act of, I think, 1941 is when the government decided that they don't trust the American taxpayer to pay their taxes on time. So we're going to go into your check. We're going to create legislation that would allow us to invade your check before you get paid. Did you realize that? The government gets paid before you get paid. So they're going to go into your checks, take the money out, and they have it. So if you understand that, then if you ever ask yourself the question, why does school not teach about money? Now you know. Because if they taught you about money, and you are a real estate investor, they couldn't tax you unless capital gains. But if you borrow money, they couldn't tax you, because what schools don't teach you is there's good debt, there's bad debt. If you have to pay the debt back out of your own pocket, that's bad debt. If someone else pays the debt back for you through an investment, property or something else, that's good debt. But they don't teach you that in school because they don't want you to know. Now, if you don't teach your kids are going to learn the same thing. I'm going to teach my kids, because now that I know better, I'm going to teach them better. Hey, son, debt's not a bad thing necessarily. It's what you do with the debt. That's a great thing. Well, Dad, people aren't paying taxes, and millionaires aren't paying taxes. Well, how are they getting paid, son? Do they have jobs? No, they have businesses. All right, so they're probably borrowing money. There's no debt on taxes. There's no taxes on debt. So there's no tax on debt. Well, Trump didn't pay a lot of taxes. Again, stuff they don't teach you. We got to stop getting emotional and start asking questions. How did he do that then? There's no tax on debt. Now you know. Right? I'm just trying to give you the game so you give it to someone else. So they're not going to teach you anything about money in school, because you would buck the system if you did. They wouldn't be able to make money off of you. Right now, you go to work, they get paid. You get a second job, perfect. They get paid again. But if you learn how to use money, or if you know about money, or you learn how to use debt to make more money, then they can't get paid. That's why they need you. The government needs poor people. The government needs the middle class. They need the poor. I'm just telling you. They need it. They don't necessarily need the rich, because the rich figured out how to get around paying taxes. But the government needs the poor, right? Because they need your vote, because you're the ones they're going to have to take care of in exchange for a vote. So they need the poor. And the government, and you justify taxes, where they can allocate taxes to certain areas to feed, for shelter and all these things. And then the government needs the middle class, because the middle class, you're the one who writes the check for the government to spend. If the middle class wasn't there, the government would be broke. Well, they are broke. But if the government would really be in trouble, the country would be in trouble, because there would be no one funding taxes. But because the middle class is there, everybody gets to eat. Well, except the middle class. That's why I always say in the videos, the middle class, I love you, but you guys pay for everybody. You pay for everything. One check or two check. One check. Give it to the middle class. They're buying the dinner for the whole table. So, and it's such a trap, because you guys followed the rules. You were trained properly, went to school, got those degrees, got those jobs, and now you're sitting there like, wait a minute, I think I've been had. I think y'all got me. Did y'all just bamboozle me? Man, why am I working hard? Why am I always stressed out? The poor person ain't stressed out as much as I am, because the more money you make, more taxes they take. It's a lose-lose. Lose-lose, give you the blues. So I just want you guys to understand that there's a reason that they don't teach money and finance in school, and it's intentional, because they don't need you to be entrepreneurs. They don't need you to be business owners. They need you to get a job so that they can tax your paycheck. If you understand that, you understand it all, right? Don't be emotional about this. Be logical about this. Look at the math and go, wait a minute, that's a fact. If I knew about money and finance, I wouldn't be in this trap that I'm in. So, just some advice for you guys. Just learn about money. Try to change your position. Look at Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. You guys are in the worst place if you're employees, right? Tough place to be. Got to get out of it. Got to get financially educated. Got to try to start a business. Got to figure out how to make money when you're not at work. That's all. Got to figure something out. If you want to learn how to start a middleman business, get the intro to middleman free masterclass. Just put middleman in the comments below, or click the link in the first comments below, or in the video description below. Learn how to use your phone to make money. You've got to learn how to make money when you're not at work. Might as well use your phone to do it without having to do hard work. You're going to book customers, take deposits, dispatch. Book, deposit, dispatch. That's all you do. You don't have to leave your house. That's all I do. I've been doing it since 2020. I don't have a job. I don't want a job. So if you want to get like me and make money and enjoy life, then you need to put the word middleman in the comments below, or click the link in the comments below for the free live training. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.